A federal judge has decided to unseal the search warrant for the FBI to search the Florida estate of former President Donald Trump earlier this week. Attorney General Merrick Garland asked for the warrant to be revealed, citing substantial public interest in the matter. The former president also said that he encouraged its immediate release, adding that all the documents taken earlier this week had already been declassified. And joining us now to discuss is Mike Davis, founder and president of the Article 3 Project. Mike, welcome back. Always good to be with you. A lot to cover, but first, I want to get your thoughts on all of this and what's happening here.
This is unprecedented what Attorney General Merrick Garland and the Biden Justice Department are doing here. This is unnecessary. President Trump is cooperating, and it's also unlawful. They went to a clearly biased magistrate judge in Palm Beach and got this search warrant, this unnecessary search warrant. And I don't think that Attorney General Merrick Garland's got an opinion from the Office of Legal Counsel at the Justice Department, or at least there's no reporting that he did, that shows that President Trump has the clear inherent constitutional authority as the commander-in-chief when he was leaving the White House to declassify any record he wants in any manner he wants, regardless of any statute or any regulation. And the Supreme Court spoke to this in the Department of Navy versus EWTN in 1987, which made it clear that the president has constitutional power that trumps any statute or regulation. They have crossed a red line here. There's no reason that they should have done this home raid. Former presidents have office space, they have staff, they have security clearances, they have secure facilities called SCIFs, they have Secret Service protection. There was no allegation whatsoever that this information was going to get into the wrong hands, even if it were still classified, which it was not. And why did they wait 18 months to do this if there was such highly classified material? Why did they wait so long?
Mike, there are reports you may have heard that President Trump was keeping classified nuclear weapons documents at Mar-a-Lago. However, the former president denied these claims, saying today on the social media platform Truth Social, quote, number one, it was all declassified. Number two, they didn't need to seize anything. They could have had it any time they wanted without playing politics and breaking into Mar-a-Lago. Your reaction on that?
It's totally true. Like this idea that President Trump went into the nuclear football and stole the launch codes before he left the White House, and they were sitting around on the dining room table or in Melania's underwear drawer in Mar-a-Lago, and the Biden administration didn't find it for 18 months, and they didn't change the codes, and somehow Trump was going to launch nukes from Mar-a-Lago, even though it requires the Secretary of Defense, the Biden Secretary of Defense, to validate the codes before they're can even be used. This is ridiculous. This is the same Justice Department that leaked out falsely that Attorney General Merrick Garland did not approve this home raid of President Trump in Mar-a-Lago, and it ends up that he was. They're leaking out this information. It's inappropriate that the Biden Justice Department is leaking out this information. They even leaked out, from what I understand, the affidavit to the Wall Street Journal, or at least that's what the Wall Street Journal reported, and they haven't provided the affidavit to President Trump.
Mike, something else I want to touch on is this report from Politico saying the search warrant says the FBI is investigating President Trump for potentially violating the Espionage Act and obstruction of justice. What are your thoughts on that?
Again, it is the President Trump, as the commander-in-chief, can declassify anything he wants in any manner he wants. He can wave a magic wand and declassify. We saw back in 2012 when President Obama was meeting with our enemy, the Russian president, and said to him on a hot mic that Obama would have, I can't remember what the words were, it was like he'd have more space or more running room after the presidential election in 2012. That is clearly highly classified material that President Obama disclosed to our enemy, the Russian president. But guess what? President Obama could not be charged under the Espionage Act for that because he is the president of the United States. He's the commander-in-chief. He gets to decide what's classified, what's unclassified. He gets to decide how it's handled. And that's how the Constitution works. And that was reaffirmed by the Supreme Court again in 1987. And it is kind of funny that Hillary Clinton, who was not the president, who is bound by these statutes, who is bound by these regulations, had a home server that was potentially hacked by foreign adversaries, and nothing happened to her. But President Trump took home some mementos from the White House and documents from the White House that were not on the internet, that were not stolen, that were not in the enemy's hands, and they want to send 30. They want to send a brigade of 30 FBI agents to do this unprecedented home raid instead of working with him, instead of doing a subpoena, maybe a civil lawsuit, notifying Congress. This is ridiculous.
Mike, we have a little less than a minute left, but wondering final thoughts and anything else that you may be following.
This is part of a pattern by Attorney General Merrick Garland and the Biden Justice Department to get Trump. We've seen this for the last 19 months. They're going after every grandma and goofball who trespassed and took Senate selfies on January 6th. They're going after parents in Loudoun County, Virginia, who are legally protesting at public school board meetings. They're ignoring the Hunter Biden laptop that's right under their nose. They want to get Trump there. They eviscerated 250 years of constitutional executive privilege to go after Trump's chief of staff, his senior advisor, his trade director, even his White House counsel. This is dangerous what the Biden Justice Department with Attorney General Merrick Garland are doing. And when Republicans take over the House in January, they need to impeach Attorney General Merrick Garland.
Mike, always great to get your insights. Thank you so much.
Thank you.